Hi, hey to the folks, hey. What's up, y'all? We're here at the Paramount Theater in Seattle, and we're gonna get in drag. Let's see what the audience thinks. I mean, this is like a makeshift YouTube studio here. Brandon, and the gorgeous weather of Seattle. Just stunning. I think people are out there in their shorts today. It's actually a really nice dressing room until we got here and started filming and kind of it all up. We got a sold out house here tonight, so we're gonna get in drag. I'm gonna take off my wig. And I'm gonna put on a robe. Do we have the air conditioning on in here? I don't think it has air conditioning. We light a candle. We like to set the vibe on tour. It's nice with touring to have a ritual, something where like everywhere you go, it's the same. It's also a different lens than usual. It's just a little more like, this is my fancy like zoom in, zoom out. This is how I think straight people do YouTube. Why do straight people love to do like this and like gesture toward the camera so their hands look really big. Straight guys are always like, we're gonna show you this, blah, blah, blah. Why do they do that? I don't know. We got a bunch of my makeup here. I keep all my makeup for tour in little like, you know, clear zhuzhes. And I'm just gonna get in drag. Listen, we got meet and greet at 6 and you gotta be ready. Let's get beautiful. Now, before I glue my brows down, I just wanted to say, please subscribe to the channel. I feel stupid asking, but every other video I watch, they ask, so whatever. So I'm gonna glue my brows down and we're gonna be right back. Today's video is sponsored by Surfshark. Surfshark is a VPN, which stands for Virtual Private Network. It encrypts all the information sent from your personal devices to the internet to keep all of your information safe and secure. Given my status as world famous icon, celebrity, superstar Trixie Mattel, of course I want to be as safe as possible when I'm online. And I'm online a lot. I'm online now. But internet safety is important for everyone. None of us want our personal information stolen by cyber criminals or harvested by large corporations trying to get us. With Surfshark, I can be positive that my personal data is safe. What's great is that it works across all of your devices, from your laptop to your iPad to your phone, so you can be secure everywhere you use the internet. Surfshark also offers a variety of extra tools to help you enhance your security. Like Surfshark Alert, which monitors your personal data and lets you know if your personal information like your email, your passwords, anything gets leaked. That way you can take action fast to make sure you can minimize your risk of getting hacked. Click the link in the description below and use the code Trixie to get 83% off plus 3 extra months for free. Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk. I mean, listen, we're on the internet all the time and we all take a lot of things for granted. The internet is wild. We are all constantly putting personal information out into the world and we're being very trusting. Take care of yourself, please. Sign up with Surfshark and start protecting yourself online today. Back to the video. I asked them to, you know what I feel like when they don't turn the air on? I feel like that clip of Madonna being like, why isn't the air on in here? I glue my brows down. Now, I didn't powder them like I usually do because I wanted to show you guys. On this tour, I just tried to do efficiency, right? So I got palettes of everything. All my foundations melted into palettes. All my face powders depotted into palettes. Isn't that great? So let's do, I got a bunch of these in here, just melted in. I think this is a Makeup Forever powder that I'm using. I went to the Nigel's in LA and just up their Makeup Forever section. I love Makeup Forever products for tour. One size translucent powder. Mine, I think at this point is mixed in with a bunch of stuff. Like this is like, you can tell. That is not one powder. That's like a bunch of powders, but that's okay. I am the boom boom powder. Yeah, this tour, it was all about efficiency. Like there's one meet and greet look, there's one meet and greet wig, and there's one show wig, and that's it. My new mantra with drag, they get what they get. They get what they get, because you know what? The people in the audience, they don't do drag anyway. What are they gonna say? And this is cool, look. All my liquid foundations, I got in these clear bags, and look, I even labeled them. Can you believe that somebody like me is being this organized at the gig? And I'm actually trying a new foundation right now. I'm really into these Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin foundations. These are good. I don't exactly have my color. Doing makeup for so long, I still don't know how to walk into a store and pick my color. You know what, I'm gonna put some primer on. I forgot primer. I'm using the Rare Beauty Pore Diffusing Primer. I really like this. It gives me a more fancy version of the CoverGirl smoothing primer that I like. This is like slightly more hydrating, has more of like a syrupy consistency, which I like. It leaves my skin feeling kind of tacky, which I think my skin being kind of dry, it takes makeup the best when it's kind of tacky. Okay, yes. See, it's very mattifying. I tried this on a few of my newer music videos and halfway through the day, Fina Barbital was like, your skin's really holding up. And I was like, it is. I don't know why I never had this. I remember when everybody was obsessed with the HD foundation and I tried that and I never gagged for that the way everybody else did. It's so hot. All these venues, you ask for air conditioning and they look at you like you're speaking Japanese. You're in 5 wigs and a corset and you're like, can we turn the air on? They're like, why? Tour's been fun, been playing Pokemon Go. I'm replaying Skyrim. I haven't been playing my guitar very much, but I just finished all my music videos for my new record and I'm kind of musicked out right now. So I go through phases where I'll like quit music for like a month and I think I'm in one of my like no music phases, which is good. It's good to take breaks from things even if you like it. See, can you guys see that's good coverage, right? Because of COVID on this tour, we can't be as like social as we normally are on tour. So the touring company 5 Senses Reeling has been like renting us like a speakeasy for the night, or the other day they rented us a whole restaurant for us to like get food and have drinks and DJ. And it's been nice to have like social events that are sort of just for us because we can't really go out to bars because on tour if one of us gets COVID, it costs the tour a lot of money. So I will say this about this foundation too. I've been testing it for a few weeks. It dries matte. Like I put this on, a layer of this on, and then I went to sound check with my head mic on and stuff. And then when I got back to the dressing room, I was like, did I powder? It looked like I powdered. So like, I would say if you have oily textured skin and you want it to be like velvety, matte for hours, this is a very mattifying foundation. So the tour makeup is, believe it or not, even bigger than my normal makeup. I originally came up with this makeup for stage. And so it's just funny watching this makeup now. Like I work mostly in TV. And so like this makeup that was never meant for television is on television all the time. So then on tour, when I see pictures of myself from stage, I'm like, oh my God, I look beautiful. And I'm like, oh, I look beautiful because this was always meant to be from, you know, the balcony. And I will say Katya looks great in this show too. She's been doing like colored eyes. Katya's kind of a makeup girl. She's in denial, but like she gets bored with her makeup easily and she switches it up a lot. And I think when you do makeup like Katya, it's not exactly look at me makeup. So people don't talk about your makeup artistry, but I think she's kind of giving. And I know she's my friend, but she doesn't watch my videos. So I'm just gonna say this anyway. I think she looks better now than she ever has, which is pretty amazing considering age-wise, she's on the other side of things, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna show you my shadow palette that I've been doing. So this is like, I think this is from Amazon. This has been on a couple tours with me. It's like a double palette, right? So I have a bunch of blushes and highlighters depotted on one side. And then on this side, honestly, I can't tell you what these are because some of them are testers from past palettes. Some of them are upcoming shades from our palettes. Some of them are shades that we tried and didn't like, but I liked it enough to take it on tour. I'm just kind of lazy, and so I'm always trying to, rather than me depot shadows, I'm like, well, what kind of lab samples do I have laying around that I can stick in a palette? So it's kind of weird to be touring using products that don't exist and will never come out, but that's okay. I'm literally on tour with one single little black shadow. This is from a Wet n Wild Color Icon palette. I think they make one of the best blacks. I love those Color Icon palettes. Today, to be honest, what time is it? I think I'm in a hurry. Yeah, I'm in a bit of a hurry now. So I'm gonna do a lovely brown cut crease, kind of Trixie tour eye. I'm gonna grab some of this deep red brown. When I'm in a hurry, I find red browns are like my easy friend that I just rip through a makeup using them. Hello. Oh yeah, I'm just filming. I'm just talking to myself. What?
So it's time for sound check.
Sound check. You think I was just in here having a full volume conversation with myself? Do you see what people think of me? They're like, okay, weirdo. With tour makeup, it's hard because it has to be like one eye and lip look that like goes with everything in the show. You know what I mean? And you guys know, even though we make, and I love bright lip colors, you know, most of the time I'm in a neutral, but on these big stages, if I don't wear like a deep fuchsia, I don't have a mouth on like when there's 3,000 people. Some of these venues for this tour, Trixie and Katya Live, are like 5,000 seats. So I have to do like a clown mouth, dark pink this big, or you just don't have lips. And then I'm gonna deepen it a little bit. Leading up to tour, I was vegging out on television, which you guys know I never watch television. I was watching Love is Blind. You guys, straight people are crazy. These people are on another level. You know what? Some of them you really believe they find love. And some of them I'm like, you guys are doing wackadoodle improv comedy. I do not believe you are together. Do you guys see how fast I whip this on? It's not that I don't care, it's that I trust the process. You know, half of makeup is trusting the process. Like you can sit there for hours and just like nitpick every little thing, but at a certain point, you just need to like go, all right, I'm just gonna rip it on, move on with my life. You know what I mean? It's never gonna be perfect. There's always gonna be something about the makeup that you don't like. And at the end of the day, there's always gonna be something about the makeup that falls apart because you're gonna start sweating. And I get nervous about my sweating on stage a little bit, but on this tour, I'm on stage with Katya. So I don't look sweaty at all next to that person. It's like, you don't have to not sweat. You just have to stand next to someone who's extremely sweaty. And then it's like, oh, you're fine. The first night of the tour was in San Francisco. And there's a part on stage where I'm holding Katya and we're like yelling at each other. And I just stopped the script and I went, you are wet. You are wet. I lick the brush, okay? I feel nothing. Do you know what I feel like when on this channel, when I always make promises that I'm gonna stop licking the brush and then I lick it later? I feel like that TikTok audio that's like, oh no, someone lied to you. It was me. So that's pretty much the start of this shape. The other thing I obviously do right away, this just works so good for this. I have this Kimchi the Most multitasking concealer, and I love it because it has a little brush on it. I just go right under and I move on. Do you see that? I can put that on with the brush. So I'm gonna do this side to this side and be right back. And we're back, clap, clap, clap. Okay, so now we're gonna do foundation. So I have a bunch of stuff here, but this is a throwback. The OCC makeup company used to make these pans of foundation, and I've had mine for years and they were all sitting brand new. I had a back stock of them and I was like, this will be perfect for tours. So I'm gonna start with, I think this is like OCC made this beautiful cream finish, like full coverage foundation. And I'm gonna kind of do a little bit of this as a primer, because if I'm gonna start painting on my contour, it's gonna paint on a lot better over some creamy stuff. And I believe this is a wax-based foundation, so as it hits your skin, it kind of heats up and moves around in a good way. So I'm taking some of the lighter shades and I'm starting to build up sort of a base highlight under my eyes. I do end up going in and adding like TV white. I'm gonna take a concealer brush. This is a Trixie Cosmetics concealer brush. I love this brush. I love this brush. I use it every single time. And I'm gonna start using this concealer brush to sculpt around the brows, and it's nice and big. I love a huge concealer brush. Doesn't that look nice? And I do go a little thicker with the brow on the show because I want them to really see it. So now I'm gonna start shading my face, and I'll start to do my forehead. So I'll lay down, nice stripe. I know it looks fucking crazy, but I go really hard on the forehead contour in this show because I'm wearing like basically a really theatrical wig with a not so convincing hairline on stage. So I like to go really dark with the forehead so that it kind of marries to the lace a little bit. Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. I'm gonna give myself a chin strap. I'm gonna go a little lighter. This is a little lighter contour, and this is what I'm gonna use to start to bring down the forehead. See that? Just to like chill it out a little bit, because it'll be a lot easier to blend if I'm not going from super light to super dark. I'm kind of adding a transition contour a little bit. The more you can, like, when you apply the product, the more you can apply it in a diffused way, the less blending you actually have to do. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Like when I see people do like hard lines on their face or like dots, I'm like, why are you doing that? You don't want it to look that way, so why are you applying that way? I don't get that. You can apply it like in the layers that are closer to what you actually want it to look like. Sometimes on the jaw, I'll go in, like this is that lighter contour, and this is what I'll use to go under. But I don't go too far down with this product because I have costumes that touch my neck in the show, and unless it's like a body makeup that's meant to not transfer, I don't want my cream foundation like sitting there. Go back in with my cream concealer brush from Trixie Cosmetics. It's like a lighter foundation shade, and this is what I'm gonna use to cut my cheeks. Watch this. It's that easy. Moving on with my life, I got stuff to do. I got a show to do, There's a few steps I add between meet and greet into the show to make it more stagey, the makeup, and I could show you guys that if you want. It is cool. I think it adds a lot. I remember reading about the musical Wicked in college, and I had to do a report on the hair and makeup, and they said that in Act 2, Madame Morrible gets a more severe hairline, and I think like a more wicked brow, because by Act 2, she's kind of a bad guy. And I remember being like, oh my God, changing the makeup as the character changes through the show. I don't know why that blew my mind, but we're kind of doing theater. I mean, am I delusional that drag is maybe possibly somewhat legitimate theater? Is that delusion? This is TV paint stick and 00. I'm just gonna do bam, bam. I'm gonna take a little bit of this and cut right under here with it. Sometimes I'll take from other parts of my face instead of putting more product on. Look at the difference now that is more highlighted. Such a difference. Cruising, cruising, cruising. Do you mind? How you doing?
Hi.
You guys, Eden, formerly of Trixie Cosmetics, is on tour with Katya. This is Eden from Eden Lipstick. How's touring with Katya so far?
It's really good. Katya is currently putting on makeup and watching the movie Soap Dish. So
Great.
I'm not needed for anything.
You're sort of responsible for getting her to the stage every night, which can be a hard job, I'm sure.
She's a wanderer. Definitely. Our dressing room has a fire escape.
Oh.
That is accessible.
That worries me.
So.
I'll say something people don't know about Katya is that the better she feels she looks in drag, the better she performs.
Yes.
If she feels it, it's on. If she really doesn't feel it, it's a harder process.
Also, something that the people might not know about Katya on this tour is that she had a very huge hand in getting the script written, and a lot of the jokes were written personally by her.
That explains why they're so successful. She's very funny. I can't help but notice that I get a lot of the lines with the jokes that are a reach, like the airplane jokes. She's like, we should keep the jokes. I'm like, you don't have to say them. I do. And you know, jokes that don't work, we won't change it. We're stubborn.
It's not for them.
It's not for the jokes. It's not for the audience. It's for us.
Well, I should probably go make sure that she's still there.
Oh yeah. Thank you for joining me. Everybody on the tour has different jobs, different things they contribute. Brandon's job is very easy because I'm so self-sufficient. Brandon really does nothing if we're really cutting it that way. This one size powder is really good, but like I said, I think I have mine, not to talk like a drug dealer, I have it cut with a bunch of other powders. Because when you're running on a one-setting powder, you just dump it into the next one, and then you have this like hybrid. It's sort of like an iron skillet, like the dirtier it gets, the more delicious. That baked in flavor. I've been getting ready listening to the audiobook of Cujo, which I know is kind of serial killer behavior, to be like painting on clown makeup and be listening to the story of a rabid St. Bernard mall people. But this is the point where I'll go in and redo, like re-contour and highlight with powders. Basically, I set my highlights with powder, and I set my lowlights with contour. And I try to do as much of this powder stuff as I can before I get my lashes on, because my lashes are so big and black, they collect powder. So if I do all this contouring with lashes on, I can see my lashes slowly turning gray, and it really is like a pet peeve of mine. I know this forehead looks dark, but I really like the look of on stage, like a really contoured forehead and then hair magically growing out like right here. Like RuPaul's the master of that. Like, in art class where they make you draw a circle by like shading it? That's like RuPaul's forehead does that. It's pretty amazing. That's pretty much where we're at. It's time to do some liner. So I have all my eye stuff in a little clear bag like this, super easy. The white liner we're using right now is the Danessa Myricks Color Fix. It's not exactly white enough for me, but it works well. It's just not as good as like a thick gel. You see what I mean? I kind of have to go heavy to get it white, and I have to do 2 layers. So I have to let this first one set, and then I'll start at the bottom. By the way, I'm on tour pretty much the rest of the year. What do you guys want to see? I mean, do you like getting ready for shows? Do you like, would you like an official tour of my tour, like a tour makeup kit? What do you guys care about on tour? What do you think is cool? Do you see that doesn't dry exactly white enough? Do you see that? I'm gonna wait for it to dry. I'm gonna do another layer and do the other side and be right back. I set all the white. Now I'm gonna do something on my lid. I've been doing like a light pink on the lid. Again, this is like an old tester, but I think this is originally from Bottle Pond, this very light pink. I'm just gonna do on the eyelid a light pink. I just think it separates it from the white, and it's nice to have like a warmer lid color. Oh. So now we're gonna start doing some liner, and the liner that I'm carrying on this tour is none other than the One Size Point Made liner. I love this thing. It's such a good liner. It's everything I love about the Gaga liner, but the Gaga one doesn't dry matte. This one dries more matte, which I really appreciate. That's kind of the shape I've been doing. It's a little bigger than usual because it's for the stage. And then I'll fill the whole thing in. This is the NYX Black Gel. This is so discontinued, but NYX, before they discontinued it, sent me like 40 of them. So thanks, NYX, although you are on my list because you did with me by discontinuing that. But you never know, we might be working on a liner at Trixie Cosmetics, you never know. So we have 35 minutes and we have to sign 140 posters and get in drag. Anybody who said this job was easy was lying. Start filling her in. Oh, this one's kind of dried out. You guys, this one is a little dried out. It's so goopy. Oh no! Yeah, this is brand new. I just pulled the plastic off it and it's like dried out. This is horrible. It's like goopy. Gooped at the page. Speaking of goop, did you guys know that Katya and I have a weekly newsletter we write 3 times a week each? It's a women's blog. It's not my favorite thing I've ever done, but what did we say? What's the new thing? They get what they get. Kind of a reverse liner like that on the bottom. And then because I like the edges of the liner to be tapered, I'll take, this is technically a brow pen called Brunette that I'm obsessed with from NYX. This is what I'll use to do the ends of the liner so that the black tapers to like a soft brown. There we go. And then I'll take Brunette and I'll do my brows. Watch this. Look at that. What a difference, right? I got my little lash curler. Yes, I'm obsessed with lash curling right now. We're running against the clock right now. Oh, mascara. I'm obsessed with this CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara. That I love it. It's so good. I love the brush. It gives me Lights Camera Lashes from Tarte, which is one of my favorite mascaras of all time. Nice and black. I love a mascara that's just black, 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 and this is really black. I'm gonna do the other side and be right back. All right, so we got the eyes on pretty much. They're so uneven today. Do you guys see how uneven they are? Whatever. I have to set the black liner with black shadow. This is that little Wet n Wild. Girl, get into it. Let the truth be known that Wet n Wild makes beautiful shadows, okay? However, there is a lot of fallout with these shadows. I mean, look at my hand. Look at all the shadow on it. But I try to tip my head down when I put black shadow on so that if it falls off my face. I mean, that's my hope and dream, right? We gotta put lips on. All right, I got a bunch of lip pencils here. I got two colors here. I got the all over magenta and fuchsia, etc. lip pencils from Make Forever. I fucking love these, dude. Then I'm gonna take the deeper shade, which I think is the magenta. The magenta is almost a purple, but I kind of like the look of this like hot pink lip with a purple liner. I kind of like how it looks on stage. See that? It's just like more definition. It looks a little crazy up close, but so does everything on my face. Do you guys laugh when you hear me say things like, that looks crazy? And you're like, everything looks crazy. We have a liquid version of Stacy on tour, you guys. So let's just do that. Let's keep it simple. Bright, bright, bright. Very bright pink. And it has a lot of purple in it, so I like the way it looks with this purple liner. That actually turned out really pretty. I mean, normally I have to go in and fix it, but I think that looks really good. Lashes, shall we? You know, I never show you guys putting lashes on. Let's just do it today, who cares? This liquid of Stacy is so pretty. It's vegan, it dries, like, that is on there, bitch. Bum. Lash on, baby. I think I literally have 15 minutes to get in full drag and sign 140 posters. At least you know that I signed the posters myself. Then for this tour, I've been doing full on, like cut in half 301s for the bottom lashes. Instead of doing a long, thin lash, I've been doing a fat, short, long lash, like just on the end. It's just faster, it's easy. I think it looks good on stage. I think it really snatches my eye open. Do you see that? How like just on the end, it makes the eye wider instead of like pulling down. Cause I'm wearing a lot more white under the eyes on this tour for sure. Just gonna take a little bit of white powder and do right under the brow, make it pop a little more. And blush, for some reason I've been forgetting blush. I'm gonna take this hot pink. This is technically like an eyeshadow, but let's just do it. And I've been hugging like a hot pink blush on the side of my face only. I used to wear so much blush in the middle of my face, and now I only do the sides, and I think that really works for me. I think that's beautiful. To finish it off, I'm gonna take one of my lightest powders. This is like a Maybelline Superstay powder, mix it with a white, and that's what I'm gonna pop under the eyes. I like to really have the center of my face be really lit, like right here. I think it makes my head look smaller if just the middle like really pops forward. Gorgeous, beautiful, hello. All right, I'm gonna put on some drag and let's get to the meet and greet. We're signing posters, woo! If you ever think I don't sign them, I do sign them. I just sign them extremely fast and with extremely poor penmanship. So we just did the meet and greet, can you believe it? This is the meet and greet look. It's this lovely little t-shirt dress with these cool earrings, with these white sexy boots, and this giant wig. So now I'm gonna put on my show look. I'm gonna show you guys how I changed the look a little bit for the start of the show. We're gonna put the wig on. We got the little microphone on, right? Do. Lovely, gorgeous girls who talk. I find with these microphones, if you don't get it right at the beginning of the show, it moves through the show and gets worse. This is my show wig. I'm excited to be doing a show where there's one wig because Grown Up has like 4 wigs and like 15 costumes. And this is nice. Stop changing wigs. For who, you know? There we go. And for this show, because of the costume, the quick changes, we had to do a wig that's like not super tall, like long. I'm gonna do some hairpins. I don't like to overpin the wig. I know that it's a little bit living in danger, but it's a long show. And if it's really crammed into my brain, it's really hard for me to focus out there. The other day I pulled the wig off and there was blood inside, so you can't say that I don't try, but like we do need to draw the line somewhere. Because it is my bald bare skin under there, so it's a little scary. So it's about to be the show. And before the show, I like to put on, if you can believe it, even more makeup. We're gonna do some glitter on the lid. I have like a glitter that's pre-mixed, that's like a peach. So just a little more sparkle. I think that's fun. I mean, it's a small difference, but on the big stage, you can see it. If you're extremely lazy, by the way, you can make any glitter into a glitter gel. You can mix it with hair gel, like hair product works good for stuff like that. And then I'm gonna cut this crease, and then I have a black pen to cut this crease up here for the show. I don't love the way a black cut crease looks in person, but I think on stage it looks nice. Do you see that? And I think from further away, it reads more like what I hope it looks like. And then this is a huge stage, so I don't even glue down the wig. I'm like, I mean, the closest people is like 50 feet away. So like the front of my lace here is just like flying, but no one's gonna see me. We're living, we're laughing, we're loving. I'm also gonna do like a little more blush for this. That's kind of a lot of blush, but let's just do it, whatever. That's an insane amount of blush, but whatever, it's on now. Hi, Kelly. Kelly Mantle as Sandy, the star of the show here.
What are you doing? Are you doing like a video for makeup or something?
Well, yeah, I'm trying to drum up business. God, you know.
Oh, this is wonderful. Look at this lighting.
Yeah, anything you want to say to young managers out there?
Yes. Get yourself a client like this. She does all the work herself. I don't have to do anything but sit and collect the 15%. It just went up to 15, by the way.
I was gonna say, I thought it was 10.
No, it went up because, you know, I'm doing a lot on this tour. You know, I'm wearing a lot of hats now. And I've got several pairs of pantyhose on, so you know.
I'm showing them my lip that I do for the show. So that was the Liquid Stacy, and now I'm adding contour. I'm contouring the lip with other colors. So I got this lipstick palette that I made for about 45 years ago. Let me cover Kelly's face. And I'm just taking the dark purples and, you know, giving people information, Kelly.
I'm telling you, she's a pro with this.
Give them something. These are huge venues. Did you walk through the house today?
Yes.
It's giant.
They're gorgeous, these old theaters. And you know, there's a ghost in my dressing room.
Doesn't Katya have her own room? How do you like doing the tour so far?
Oh my gosh. I'm having so much fun. These two nutcases, they are so much fun to work with. It is a blast. And we have a good time on stage every night because none of us ever know what's going to come out of our mouths.
I know.
Or go in them. You know? You never know.
Sometimes I look at you guys and I can see in your eyes that we're both flirting with saying some shit that's not in the script.
Exactly.
And we're like, should I just say it?
Should I go there?
Should I just say it?
I know.
And then we do say it. But
And
you know,
then
Katya and I, this is like a lot for us to learn and stuff. And it was nice working with you because like we never had to be concerned about Kelly. Kelly knew the script, knew the choices she was making the whole time.
I'm sitting here smoking this cigarette like
it's real. I don't want to give away the plot of the show, but the other character you do in the show is.
Oh my god.
You know it's good when you walk out and you have to wait for them to stop laughing before you've said anything. Listen, it's probably sold out in most cities, but if you get a chance, obviously, you know, Trixie and Katya are fun, but you do such a good job. Thank you for coming on tour.
Thank you so much for having me. Love you, baby. Bye, Trixie fans.
Bye. We're going to go do final touches here and go do the show.
Break a leg.
Bye.